Hello everyone, and welcome to my first video, Creating on Success Avenue with Dean Farmer. Today we're going to be doing a pasta primavera, which includes 1 onion, some garlic clove, 1 can of fresh corn, 1 green or red bell pepper, 1 bunch of fresh kale, and 1 ounce of can of tomatoes. I'll put everything in the description box, but we're going to chop everything up. And as we see here, I've already began by sauteing the onions and bell pepper, then adding the garlic. Then I begin to season each veggie I add. I season. This is some green sauce. I'll see if I can include a clip that comes from Terry Kitchens on YouTube. But I just add that into about everything. It has parsley, cilantro. Here I'm separating the parsley and cilantro that I have chopped. I've chopped the kale, the mushrooms, and we're just going to add that in again. As I add each vegetable, I add a little bit of seasoning, garlic salt, onion powder, garlic powder, pepper. I don't add any salt because the salt is in the bouillon and other seasonings that I add. And so here, once everything is translucent, then I begin to add the tomatoes that I've chopped. I believe I had about 5 or 6 Roma tomatoes that I needed to use, so I'll add those and let that begin to simmer. Here I'm adding the bouillon, the tomato bouillon flavoring. It has salt, so I don't add any salt. I don't measure, so maybe a tablespoon if you need a measurement for this. We're going to bring that to a boil. Let those flavors marinate. Cover it and let it simmer for 20 minutes, okay? Now that it's all simmered. In between here is when I was doing my exercise. So I'm now take a break. I'm adding the can of crushed tomatoes, mixing that well. A little cayenne pepper. I like fire. You don't have to add it. It's optional. So maybe about a teaspoon. Here I'm adding the Maggi Pollo seasoning. Again, this is optional. Just give it lots of flavor. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of sugar. The sugar balances out. I also add a splash of apple cider vinegar. It just balancing out the bitterness of the tomatoes. So, and a squeeze of lemon juice as well. Lots of good flavor. We're going to chop about 15 fresh basil leaves. Add the fresh basil and continue to let that simmer. So again, we're going to just stir this real well. Let all the seasonings and veggies marinate. We're going to cover it after I've added the mushrooms and corn and let it cook for another 5 minutes. Now here's where I added the lemon, about a half of a lemon, just the juice. Here's my mixed seasoning that I add. You can add salt and pepper here, but I have it all mixed in one container. I didn't pour too much. Little bit of. We're gonna add a little Italian seasoning. I'm sorry, to your flavoring. And with the herbs, you can add just as much as you like. A little bit of. Again, I'm adding a little chili pepper. I like fire. You don't have to, because I did also put 1 habanero pepper in there, but I did remove the seeds from the habanero pepper, or you can use jalapeno pepper, just to give it a little taste of hot. Okay. Gonna bring that back up to a boil, and then lower. Here I'm just adding 1 tablespoon of flour, and I just added some of the juice from the pasta to make just the same as you would if you are making gravy or your roux, just to thicken up the sauce. It's been simmering. I added the kale. My pasta is ready. So I'm turning off the fire. Everything's ready to go. And now I'm just going to rinse the pasta as you normally would any other pasta that you're cooking. These are all veggies, but yet and still, I've rinsed and drained the pasta. There you have it. Y'all, we are good to go. So now I'm going to freeze these. Thank you so much for watching.